Hi there, Mr. Feedlestick, your woke liberal feminist. Out in that back steakhouse once more. Now, Mr. Feedlestick, what are you doing out here again? You know the outside series didn't do good. Well, this time I have some new material. Now, I'm ready to explore the wilderness once more. Because you guys don't go outside. You know, I go outside. Alright? And this time, I'm going to be talking about more of the survival aspects of the outside Outback Steakhouse. Because that's what you do when you're going outside. Alright? That's what you do outside. And you're going to learn. Alright? You're going to learn. You're going to learn every single last detail of it. Alright? Just like 9/11 and World War II. So come along. Now, our first lesson going to Outback Steakhouse, the outside, is momentum. All right. See, let's imagine, you know, you're getting chased by a bear. All right. So you want to make sure that you have a good running stance. All right. And now this is the recommended running stance when running from any wilderness creature. All right. It's this right here. All right. And now, if you really want to get some good speed, all right, I suggest doing this. You know, you want to do let's see, something like that, and that is what you want to do. All right, that is what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Okay. So once you figured out how to do those things, all right, those specific things, all right, don't go against those instructions, right? See, last people to go against those instructions, let's just say they were stranded on an island. Donald J. Trump. I am out of breath. Now, something else that you're gonna face in the wild is finding food. And let me tell you one thing: this is not food, all right? Want to know what is food? Yourself. And animals love eating food. And since everything is food, right, including yourself, you might get eaten. That's what we're talking about. Alright, back to food, alright? So now, you're stranded in the wilderness, alright? Okay, let's say you're laying down, you know, trying to get a night's sleep. Then you remember, oh crap, I have to eat to survive and continue my mortal existence and possibly die. Going to an afterlife that may or may not exist, and me regretting all my life choices into the total darkness because I thought that there might be an afterlife and I needed to do everything that I wanted to do when I was alive. Right? So, how do you find food in the wilderness? Well, you see, these big brown things, not to be confused with the ones that rob stores, right? They might house food for you to eat, and that could range from things like Applebee's, McDonald's, or the worst case scenario, Arby's. Alright? So now let's see what food we find on one of the trees. If you look at that. A naturally occurring bag of Dorito trees. Delicious. Remember that's if you get lucky. Alright? You don't want to get an Arby's tree. To the next part. Now, you found food, but now, where are you gonna sleep? All right, because sleeping on the ground, you know, it's not the most comfortable. All right, but now, you might find a naturally occurring shed. All right, naturally occurring shed. But sometimes you may not be able to enter it, like this one. All right, I can't even imagine how to get into this one. No, I don't even know what. So, if you find one of these structures that you cannot enter, and you cannot possibly imagine how to enter it, where do you go? Where do you go to find shelter in the Outback Steakhouse? Well, first you want to do a little bit of tracking, right? With these green things. I don't know what they're called. You know, I remember. I forgot their name from the last video that I did. But I'm gonna use a placeholder name. Long orange thing, are what these are. All right. So then, what you want to do? You want to get some in your palm. All right. And then. Now, the direction that they floated towards will lead you to the direction of shelter, alright? Now, let's follow me. Right? To shelter. Like then, you might get things like rain. or worse, Taylor Swift. All right, and those are things that you don't want to be around, right? And sometimes, worst case scenario, you find this blonde guy who records dead bodies in the woods in Japan, and then gets himself banned, and messes up YouTube forever. Right, now here's where it led me, to this location, under one of those tall brown things, alright? Alright? This is where your shelter's gonna be. They clearly want you to be here, because those are what the small orange things, deities, want you to be. So let's see just how comfortable it is. Yeah, it's pretty damn comfortable. It's pretty. I'm gonna give it about a 6 out of 7 on the Reckner scale. You know, and nothing too much. You know, nothing really too fancy. You know, it's a pretty good shelter for when it starts to rain, or guys recording dead bodies in the woods. Japan start coming. Rock. Now, that was Mr.Feedlestick's guide to surviving outside on Outside Part 3. I'm your woke liberal feminist. I'm out.